Timberwolves are going to win the world championship.
Edwards. They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Oh, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby.
Welcome back, everyone. I am back from Canada, and the Timberwolves are still winning. I missed 2 games completely, by the way, and then I had to rewatch them yesterday. But we're back. The Timberwolves still own the Nuggets, apparently. Wow, what a game! What a fun game! 115-95. Was this a wire-to-wire victory? Yeah, they didn't have a lead the entire. There was 0 lead changes. Holy moly! Crone right off the bat with 5 gifted. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 5 gifted. As always, if we get to 50 likes, we'll do a ticket giveaway. I have tickets for Friday's game available, so we might be able to do that if we can get to 50 likes on the stream. Let's do it. Let's go. Woo, we got some fun stuff. Also, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how this works and if we should even be doing this, but there's a Denver Copecast that we could watch together, maybe. I mean, I don't know if we could watch it together. That's crazy, but we could watch it. That would be fun. Charlie Barley first in chat. I think this was earlier in the game. I just saw a Timberwolves fast break alley-oop. Legit, maybe the first one we've seen in years. It's crazy. We were playing pretty fluid tonight. Like Nas and Randle had some. I mean, it was a little sloppy, but like there was some chemistry there, passing wise, that was really like interior passing there, where I was like, that's interesting. You know, honestly, before I get into game specific stuff, I think some of the interesting stuff about this game was, you know, the last 5 games have obviously been awesome. We're playing lesser teams. Even if they are decent teams, they're still what we would think of as lesser. And so I wasn't trying to get too crazy excited. You know, we've won 5 in a row, now 6. But when we'd won 5 in a row, I was like, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I feel really good about the team. Like, it feels really good. We've got 11 wins in a row now with Julius. But this is one of those games, even though Aaron Gordon was out, which is significant for them, it still is, I don't know. This feels real. I don't want, you know, unfortunately, when I start to feel confident about things, usually the team starts to ease up a little bit. So we need to keep focused. Not that we have the most difficult schedule coming up, but this was like, I mean, this was crazy. And our upcoming schedule, this is one of the more tough, this is like one of the tougher games that we have for the rest of the month, realistically. I mean, we play the Magic, the Jazz, the Pacers, Pelicans, who the Pelicans actually look okay, right? Well, I don't know. I kind of watched them a little bit, but they're okay and not okay at the same time. Pacers again, Suns, who apparently we just own, and then Detroit, who's kind of been 50-50. So I don't know. It feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Had they lost, we would have had to send you back to Canada. I mean, honestly, I would accept it. I would go back to Canada. Although it rained the entire time I was there. I did like it. Tim Hortons is overrated. The donuts, the Timbits or whatever, I mean, maybe we had it twice, but I just didn't. It was from the same location, but it's not good. For the Minnesotans there, I mean, Cub donuts are the only donuts that matter in the world. So, you know, nothing compares to Cub donuts for me. Although actually one place in Portland was really good. Not whatever the most popular one. It was called Sesame Donuts. Shout out Sesame Donuts, sponsor. W, Howell, Taro, Big W. Let's go. They did let me back in the country. It was easy to get back in. Pretty easy. They just asked me how much fun I had in Canada. And I was like, okay. But to get in, it's difficult. To get into Canada, they're way more strict. Way more strict. They're like, what weapons do you have? But Mariah, here for now. Wolves back. You're on Twitter. What the hell? All right. I mean, you're on Twitter all the time. That's cool. Total domination. Always good to beat a good team in their own arena. Yeah, man. I like something about Ball Arena just gets us going. We got to play there more often. we need it. We need if we end up being the 7 seed, we need the Nuggets to be the 2 seed. Or if we end up being the 6, we need to be the 3. I mean, they're good, and with Aaron Gordon, it is a different situation, but we just have this confidence against them. And I think that it's like we have confidence, and you've got players like Porter, MPJ, and Murray who are just very not confident against us anymore. I mean, Murray picked it up a little bit. And by Murray, I mean heat pack guy. He picked it up a little bit, but realistically, he was bad. He was 4 of 15. Porter was 3 of 10. I mean, almost like half of their points were from Jokic and Westbrook. Jokic was 13 of 23. Jokic looked okay tonight, but man, what a good game. What a good game. Jazz are the Wolves kryptonite, though? Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. We have every incentive to stay focused given how many games we let slip away this season. Yeah, I think the only thing I worry about, though, and we talked about this last season or after last season, is everybody at the end of the season was talking about after the Mavs. Maybe this was just an excuse, but they were talking about how tired they were. They looked tired too. So I think that they're going to try to somewhat conserve energy, which I think in ways they've been able to do this a little bit. I mean, Ant's not playing like 42 minutes a night. Like he's only playing 30 to 35 minutes. Let's see. He played the most minutes tonight and he played 35. So 35 minutes. Next closest was Jaden with 32. I mean, we did pretty well. 52 wins is still possible. We can only afford to lose, I think, 3 games, but it's possible. It did rain, and it doesn't rain that much in Seattle. Really, Seattle's not that rainy. It's western, like the western, like west of the Sound. That is the peninsula. I couldn't think of it, but yes. Okay, I'm here. Left some Twitter comments. Yes, you did. Yeah. Okay. Stream Cobcasts. Do they? We could watch a little bit of one because I think that would be kind of fun. They're still waiting. No, we might have to wait until later. We'll see. We'll see. Quick trip donuts? I've never had one. I'll be back in Minnesota next month. I might have to try that. I called ice. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, they let me through. You must have called too late. We are back, baby. Nicole. Yes, we are. Nicole, how was the game that you went to? I don't remember how that game went. I mean, we won, but hopefully that was a good game. Are we back yet? Oh, we're back. Ready to take OKC again. Can't stand them. Yeah, I mean, that would be fun. Do we even play them anymore? Do we play one more against them or none? None against them. Unless it's the playoffs, which that would also be fun. Guys, I know, we could talk about this. We could talk about teams that were worried. Like, I've seen the discourse on Twitter. People are like, okay, who are we most worried about going into the playoffs? I don't know. I guess we talked about this in another stream too. Like, I'm not really worried about anybody. But if you are making me choose somebody, probably a healthy Lakers. To a degree, the Thunder. I mean, the Thunder are a great team, especially regular season. And they've got a lot of, but they're getting injured now too. I think J-Dub just got hurt. The Nuggets, obviously not super concerned with. I mean, I'm like equally concerned about everybody. Everybody has the capability of beating us, but we also have the capability of beating everybody. So I don't know. I don't really care. Julius postgame was so good. Like I said, they really move and play like a family unit. They do. And I think, even just the joking videos that you can see, like the mini mics that they're doing on like Twitter and TikTok and whatever, they're making fun of each other. And I'm like, just these jokes that they're doing are like jokes that only people that are pretty close or comfortable with each other can make. So that feels good. Feels very good. Our record is better on the road than at home. Yeah, we just focus more on the road because we're not by because last year we had 10,000 children on the team. So, and by 10,000 children, I mean like we literally gave birth to 10 million children. Yeah, never forget Heat Pack. We have a problem. With the most recent win, the media will start talking about us. Typically, this means we start losing. You're not wrong, Nick. That is the concern. But this was a nationally televised game too, and that's usually games that we don't really play well in. Which by the way, I was forced to watch ESPN tonight. I guess I could have found an illegal stream or purchased Bally Sports North or whatever the heck it is, but I don't know. The chubby dude on Dane. What are you talking about? Said Dane he would take Denver over the Wolves. I don't know who you're talking about. I know you're Dane Moore, but I don't know who's the guy you're talking about. I mean, Denver has looked good this season, but like, I don't know, I'm just not super concerned. Bring me the Thunder or Nuggets first round. That would be kind of fun. And that's why you almost don't have to like super much. Like, honestly, though, we don't have to stress too much. You want to get out of the play-in always. You just do. But great news. I have good news and I have bad news. Okay. The Timberwolves have won 6 games in a row. Bad news. The Warriors, who are in the 6th seed, have won 5 in a row. And it doesn't really seem like they're stopping anytime soon. I can't remember. I looked at their schedule. It's not that bad. So I think it's going to take a lot of pressure. I mean, we're tied with them games back-wise. We've also played 2 more games than them. So I don't know. We need them to lose. We need them to have something bad happen so that we can get someplace. Because getting the 6th seed would be, I think, the really only goal left in the season. Higher if you can, of course. But I mean, all these teams really in the West are just winning games. That's really obnoxious. I mean, like looking at the standings, like the Rockets have won 4 in a row. They're the 5th seed. The Clippers won tonight. They just, we're having some bad luck. Now, what I was going to say, the good news, the Suns are 24 games back. We're 16 and a half games back. We're 7.5 games out of the play-in. We don't really have to worry about getting out of the play-in. Also, we're 3.5 games ahead of the Kings in the 9 seed. We're pretty comfy. We're pretty comfy when it comes to that, but yeah. That is true, Crone. And see, I like Overcast. So for me, yeah. I'm literally never worried about the Nuggets when we play them. I know I never really have been either, even when we lost in the playoffs a couple years ago. It was kind of like whatever. It was great. You had amazing season. You said they were like close to the floor, right? Dude, Steve, yes, we all did. It was such a I will never forget watching those live streams that they did during the game, during Game 7, and timing up the reactions of the plays and stuff. Oh my gosh, it was so good. That was so funny. So funny. Oh, there's a Copecast. Should we watch a Copecast? We could watch one for a couple seconds. I don't really want to do like a ton of this. Like this is this is kind of like bully behavior or something. Denver Nuggets get bullied by Timberwolves again. Okay, let's see. Because I also could get, I don't know if I can get, what's the word? Not banned, but something. Let me turn on the volume.
Superstar Dev, start us off.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway in this one is it has to feel so good to be Chris Finch in these type of situations.
Yep.
Because most of the time when the Nuggets struggle, it is because a team has like X and O and had different schemes. And Chris Finch does not have to do that. All that the Minnesota Timberwolves have to do is be themselves. All they have to do is be very physical, be aggressive, be the bullies out there on the court. And we saw that time and time again in this game. This was embarrassing. And it wasn't because I thought that Denver could not respond. It was because of how easy it looked for Minnesota. They truly have the Nuggets numbers, but it's because they are the bullies. They don't think that the Nuggets can hang with them. So guess what? The Nuggets cannot hang with them.
I agree. I mean, we seriously did bully them. It was crazy. Wow. Cool. Okay. Well, we don't need to watch this. We can do our own thing. Let's catch up on chat. Where are we? We're not dooming. Are we dooming? I don't think we're dooming. Nuggets fans hate the Wolves. They probably do. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. You guys should just watch this on your own time. It's very fun to watch this. They have a live stream too. That would almost probably be better. But Jokic, oh yeah, Joe Star, yeah, on TikTok and Twitter, is the only Nuggets truther I allow in basketball influence circle. I do like him. However, he said something earlier about the Timberwolves this season, where literally probably at the beginning of this run, where it was like he said, "Oh, who's got worse vibes in the league than the Timberwolves right now?" And it's like, what are you talking about? We've been even when we've been losing, it hasn't. I mean, sometimes we go crazy in the chat, but like that's just after game conclusions. So yeah, I don't know. Other than that, he's been good. Let's see. All right. Nuggets do not have an answer for the Wolves, and also notice Gobert is not dropping pass. Dude, Gobert's hands tonight. I couldn't believe it. His rebounding was strong. I mean, for Gobert, strong rebounding. His hands were generally pretty good. Other than the one time I praised it in the Discord, it was pretty good. But all they have to do is be themselves is honestly a legit assessment of this team. That is true. The problem is that we do struggle to do that sometimes. 100%. Because, I will say at times though, Ant tonight, it went well for Ant tonight and Ant ended up having a good game, but like there was a lot, especially like third quarter, where it seemed like he just didn't care, So I don't know. It was weird, but it worked. So we win. Rudy played well. And he blocked Jokic that one time. I mean, honestly, Rudy played pretty well tonight. Maybe we can get into the tier list. And actually, before we do that though, let me rehash this all. Get this all back. We're not going to grade the players that had garbage time. It's pointless. Honestly, God, this was a pretty good game from like everybody. I really don't have much of a problem from like any player on our team tonight. Having so many guys who can drain threes was demoralizing for them. You could hear the crowd. Dude, the crowd was groaning immediately into the game after the first bucket or two, which is like how their fans are defeated because of us, which is, it's sad in a way because, as Timberwolves fans, we've had this happen before where we're like, I just know that this team's going to cook us. And it seems like that's what their fans are at now. They just know. So, yeah. Renz, as I said earlier, so far only the Cavs is what I'm worried about against in the playoffs. Yeah, weirdly, it's probably like I'm more worried about the Cavs than probably anybody in the West. Just because similar to that last comment from Lawrence, they just have a bunch of guys that can drain threes and just play defense. It's similar to us. So it is good. And also back to Lawrence's comment. I was watching ESPN, unfortunately, but Richard Jefferson was like talking about this a little bit about how it's like you just like you look at their starting and then you look at their bench and it's Naz Reid, it's Dante DiVincenzo, it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I mean, we talked about this in our preseason like preview. Like you have 8 legit rotation players, which is why it's like a benefit to having 2 players instead of 1 in Cat last year. Of course, now both of them got injured at a point this season, but still, this is like what you're envisioning. Is you're envisioning this ability to really just dominate because somebody can have a bad game and then somebody else can go off. Now tonight, everybody had a decently good game, but like Na only had 3 points tonight, but Randle had 25. It's just like we got it all going. Time of death also was Richard Jefferson. He said that in the playoffs last year too. That was funny though. Perkins said the Wolves are more serious than Golden State. I don't know about that, Nicole. I don't know if I agree with Perk. I mean, maybe. It's like weird. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not super worried if I had to play the Warriors. Like I do believe that they are better now with Jimmy. And I think that helps them a ton. And it helps Steph a ton. It just helps the whole team. And now we're getting Kuminga back, which maybe is bad. I don't know. But it's more that I'm worried about the Warriors' ability to go up against anybody else because I think that they have a good chance at really kind of pushing things and getting a higher seed and keeping us out of getting out because they're really the ones that control it right now. I mean, we could try to hope for somebody like the Rockets to fall, but it's just gonna be tricky. Their crowd is emotional. God, it's very satisfying to listen to. Yeah. And the crowd yelling, "Let's go Wolves." Yep. Ren's butterfly. Yep. I mean, a 7-0 lead immediately is demoralizing, but also like that's just the NBA, so you kind of have to push through it. And they just couldn't. They just couldn't. Also, I honestly I kind of knew the minute that Mike Malone got that T. He got a T, right? I'm not hallucinating. Um, when he got that technical after losing the challenge, I was just like, "Nope, we're winning." They cannot stay composed against us. It's crazy. They can't do it. That audio in the stadium is so awesome. You can hear so much. You really can. You can hear all the Wolves fans. Um, hell of a 1-2 punch. Oh, it is. And that's the other thing with Denver specifically, and which is why I'd be excited to go against them in a playoff series, is that like Richard Jefferson said tonight, they have a great starting five, one of the better starting fives. A really good starting five. But beyond that, you're really hoping for kind of miracle nights from people. And maybe not miracle, but like you're really hoping for some things. Whereas we have people come off the bench like Dante DiVincenzo and Naz Reid. Having those two players come off your bench is kind of crazy. Like that's a legit bench coming in. I mean, our bench is better than a lot of teams starting fives, you know. Yeah, we have a crazy bench. Pretty wild. Okay. I got distracted. He had the same facial expressions from Game 7. I almost felt bad, dude, Nicole. I know. It was pretty funny. Oh, gosh. Okay. Tier list time. Let me get the tier list up. For those of you that don't know, A1, unforgettably good game. I don't know if we have anybody there. Glenn Taylor, unforgettably bad game. Old tier can move up or down. I don't know where it's going to be tonight. And Matt is good. Matt is fine. You know, we're okay with it. And then everything else in between. I feel like this is an old tier list, but maybe it's not. Okay. First, let's do, as mentioned, not doing Dillingham, not doing Clark, not doing Minot, not doing Shannon, not doing Luke Agarza. Shout out Discord. And that's where we're going to start. Let's start with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Nah played 16 minutes tonight. He had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Played good defense. Played good defense again. There were some moments where you kind of saw him bugging Murray again, and I just love that. Oops, I got the wrong screen on here. There we go. That was fun. I'd say for Nah, we can probably be pretty quick because he didn't play that much. I think it was a nice. Obviously, we're missing, or maybe it's a meh. I mean, meh, nice meh, somewhere in between there. Yeah, okay, dang it, Steve. That's exactly what I'm saying. Nicole says nice. I think I'm in between, but since we won, probably go up. I think we can go up tonight. Yeah, we'll stay. Yeah, he was. And see, that's one of my favorite moments as a Timberwolves like fan. Being able to watch that moment again. I was low key last night after I finished catching up on the games that I missed over the weekend. I started watching the Suns series last year because, I mean, we've all seen Game 4 a million times, but I wanted to watch like Game 1 and like I think Game 3 I was curious about because I couldn't really remember him. Man, it was so fun to watch that. Yeah, I think he was plus 10 exactly. I don't have it quickly available. Yes, he was plus 10. I mean, every one of our players other than every one of our players that played any minutes before garbage time were a plus player today because we never let up the lead. So, man, this is a conversation for the off season, but it feels like we have to find a way to keep Nah. I don't know how you do. We've got a team that you can't really keep together because you're going to go into the second apron for like a 10th season in a row. But, yeah. When it comes to Nah, he's the one they remember from that attacking defense from both Phoenix and Denver. Also, Nah, in those games that I was watching, I mean, he's just draining threes. It's so valuable. And if you have that version, that defense and that 3-point making ability from Nah in the playoffs, who is your third player coming off the bench? You're winning. You're winning a lot of games. So keep KD far away from the Timberwolves. Games like this certainly make you want to say that and make me think that. garbage players did get cooked. They did not play well. I don't think it's possible. It's you're gonna have to get rid of somebody. You can't keep Julius, Nas, and Nah. You can maybe keep 2 of the 3 of them. And by 2, meaning Nah and one of the other 2. But I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna do. You basically have to trade Randle. It's just crazy. But I don't know. I mean, if you win the finals this year, I think you figure out a way to run it back. But we'll see. Anyways, no, he gets a nice tonight. Next up, let's do Naz Reid. Naz Reid played 26 minutes tonight. He had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block. He was a plus 17, 3 of 7. Didn't really take a ton of shots. Did have 4 personal fouls, which is kind of what hampered him earlier. Did have 3 turnovers, kind of weird turnovers, but I think this is a perfect case for, personally, I'd probably say meh. Just because, again, meh is, I know meh, the word sounds bad, but realistically, it's just kind of like, yeah, you were fine. And he did make some awesome shots. Like that one fall away 3 near the end, that was really nice. But generally, I mean, this was a way less production from Nas. Not a bad game, though. Not a bad game. Just, I mean, he only took 7 shots. He made 3 of them. That's fine. You know, I don't really hate that. Easy meh. Nice, meh. Yeah. He pissed me off in the beginning of the game. Yeah, same. Because you could tell, I don't know this, but I think he's part of a subset of Timberwolves players that has a strong emotional connection to Russell Westbrook and his sportsmanship. I think he really gets bothered by him, and I think that he was getting bothered by him early. So he was goofy in the beginning. Would I be okay with Nas leaving? I mean, I can't say that. I'm not okay with Nas leaving. He needs, at some point in time, he needs to be our starting power forward. It just needs to happen. So, Solidus, I'm going to be very upset if the Wolves lose Nah in the offseason. I mean, if we do, I mean, we would need so much, like, it would be such a blow to us. You would need rookies to really step up. I mean, you could argue that, if you can get Clark to be a little bit more consistent shooting wise, especially layups, and still play the defense that he's been playing, Clark could maybe fill that Nah role. But we really don't have somebody that's as effective. Like, do we really have the confidence in Jaden to step up and be a super consistent offensive player like Nas has been for the most part? I don't know. Oh yeah, no, I want Nas here. I don't want Nas gone. He has to stay. We have to figure out a way to make that happen, and I think that the only way you make that happen is by having Randle go. So Nas wants to get a max. I mean, if he's going to get a max contract, then I don't know that we can keep him, because I don't know that he is. I was just praising him for his consistency, but I don't know that he's max level consistent. He's not. I don't think he's made a huge leap this season. And even just watching some of the games last year that I was watching over the weekend, his offense. I mean, he's just really good at finishing around the rim. He's got these nice jump hooks now, and just he's just a better shooter this year. It would hurt a lot to lose him, but I don't think he's going to get a max contract from somebody, unless there's just some bottom of the barrel team that's just like, yeah, we want to spend all of our money on Nas. I don't see that happening. But Russell and Jaden, yeah, I know. Yeah, they didn't really have any bump ins tonight, though. That was good. I agree, Nicole. I think they'll find a way. But anyways, meh for Nas tonight. Again, meh, it's not bad. Just whatever. It was kind of fine. I keep closing my stats. I'm so stupid. Next, let's do Mike. Mike played 20 minutes. He had 8 points, 5 assists, 2 steals. He was 3 of 5 shooting. Had a really nice 3 coming out of the halftime. I loved that. He kind of did this dribble fake, and he really got, I think it was Jokic, and he just yanked a 3 from him. That was great. But I think this was a solid game. I think it's probably old. I think it's old, and I think it might be exactly where it is. I thought that this was not a bad game from Mike. This was kind of the Mike that I remember seeing last year in the playoffs. to a degree. I mean, we had a lot of people scoring tonight, but when you have somebody like DiVincenzo, you don't really need him to score as much, Mike Conley to score as much, but I don't know. I found myself several times tonight enjoying Mike's game, so I'm going to put him in old. I'm putting him in old, above meh, below nice. If Nas wants the max, he can go. He ain't that good. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I am. I mean, no hate to Nas, and I maybe he could be a max player, a Nas player, a max player someday, but it's just not right now. This would be like, I mean, it's kind of like giving Andrew Wiggins the max. It's like, is he really the max player? I mean, Wiggins was more of a case because he was kind of like the player on the team, but or at least one of. So, Joker Nation, what's up, everyone? Great game. We have the Nuggets number right now. Yes, we do. I like Mike getting 20 minutes. That's a good zone. Feels like he's been hunted less for the last few games. Also, he played some nice defense at moments tonight. I really like some of his defense tonight. Did he have any steals tonight? He had 2 steals tonight. Yeah. I like it. Tierflation. What are you talking about? Are you saying you want him to go higher? If Nas gets a max offer, I want him to take it, but I don't want to be that team, to be honest. I know, that's exactly. Does anyone else think Mike looks a little like Mr. Milchick from Severance? Maybe, dude. I caught up on Severance now. I hate that I'm caught up on it because I hate watching TV shows every week. It needs to just be a binge watch for me. Otherwise, I watch these episodes and I'm like, I just can't wait a week. I just can't do it. But he said he wanted a max. He didn't say he wanted a max contract. Yeah, I know, but I think it's in the realm of possibility that could be something that a team. I don't know what the team's going to offer him a max, but they're going to. There's probably a team out there willing to offer him a lot. So then it really comes down to, where does Nas want to play? And he has said multiple times that he wants to be here. But there was also an interview that he had after a game like this where it was like he said something kind of less about the team and more about other teams. It was a little funky. I can't remember exactly what it was, and I shouldn't have even mentioned it since I don't remember. But that's right, Timberwolves Nation. Hey, they're going to be there as a 17-person group on Sunday. Feel free to say hello. Yes, everybody go say hello to T-Wolves Nation France on Sunday. Who do we play Sunday? I can't remember. I know we had this conversation already. Oh, the Jazz. There we go. That's fun. Thanks for stopping by, Timberwolves Nation, France. Let's go. Yes, big time. Okay, who are we on? I forgot. We already did Mike, and he's old. Let's do, I think we have one more bench player. Yeah, Dante. Wait, I already skipped ahead and went to a starter. My bad. We're going to do Dante now. Forget the order. I don't know what I'm doing. Dante, get your grades in for Dante. I like this game from Dante a lot. He played 25 minutes. He had 10 points, 6 rebounds. Some of these rebounds are like, I don't even believe what I'm watching. It looks like a video game. It's unbelievable. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, such a clean block that got challenged and overturned, thankfully. He was only 4 of 10, but some of these threes that he's hitting are just like, they're just killers. It's just to have that be your 6th or 7th guy coming off the bench is crazy. And that's about it for the stats. But I mean, almost a triple double. I mean, I'm really stretching the almost there, but I mean, 10, 6, and 6 with some really nice buckets. I mean, this was really fun. Let's see. Fans love him. Oh, you're talking about Nas, yeah. DDV, nice. Dante with the hops tonight, nice. Dude, I know. His verticals are insane. They're crazy. Nice. Cash. Yeah, that crazy I know that crazy block. This is where I wish we had another tier above nice, because this is like better than nice, Even though the stats aren't like eye-popping, like this is better than nice. But it's also not cash, I don't think. And NBA Finals. This team is a bunch of cockroaches in the best way possible. I love that, the Chuck. Statflation. Yeah, 6 assists, 0 turnovers. Please put Dante at nice. Taro says we're putting Dante at nice. There he is. Remember early in the year calling for Minot minutes over Dante? Well, I mean, Dante looked terrible at the beginning of the season. He legit looked, and Miller, or not Miller, Minot looked fantastic. So I almost don't even have a problem with it. But that's a great game from Dante. Okay, next up. Now let's do Rudy. Oh, Rudy only had 10 rebounds. I might have had a chance at the over-under tonight. That's fantastic. Rudy Gobert, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, a block. I can't believe these stats are this low. I feel like he had a pretty good game. I thought his stats were going to be a lot better. I thought he was going to be like 16 and 16 or something like that. Crazy. Because he had buckets tonight too, that I'm recalling. He was 4 of 8, hit 3 of 4 free throws. Got to double-double, got 1 block. That 1 block was on Jokic, a very nice block. I love this game from him. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, his hands worked tonight. What happened? Was he wearing stickum on his hands or something? He was sucking in rebounds like crazy. I will take that every night. Oh my God. If he would have hit that, if he would have ended that dunk, oh my gosh. That would have been fun. But that was the play that Nas got the fall away 3 on, right? So it ended up working for us. But nice game for Rudy. He was super efficient. I say nice early. He had some nice stuff early too. He really did. Rudy, this is my first game with Rudy back since I moved to Canada. Did not move to Canada. I agree. He's nice. We'll put him in nice. I think the stats don't do it justice tonight. I think he had a really solid night. It's kind of the same as Dante, where Dante, I think he's higher than nice, but I'm not going to put him in cash because he only shot 4 of 10, and there wasn't enough other things, I think, that bump him up to cash. The tier list broken. The tier list is broken. So, Rudy, okay, true Joker. There were some really uncomfortable passing moments between him and Julius where they were like throwing it back and forth. And then just turning it over together. That was gross. But everything else, yeah, he was playing confident. I agree. This team's trajectory is to peak at the perfect point. I think you have to give Finch credit for that. You might have to give Finch credit. Oh man, Rudy is just allergic to the basketball sometimes. Tonight was generally okay. T-Wolves team play broke the tier list. Yes, they did. They really did because everything's better. Also, I mean, cash is like so specific to shooting. It feels wrong that we have to have cash. But anyways, there we go. Next up, let's do Jaden. Jaden, 32 minutes, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Another great rebounding game from Jaden. A block, a steal. Only had 2 fouls tonight, which is very good. Had some really nice defense tonight. This was a great game. He hit those 2 threes back to back, and I was like, this is what we need from Jaden. If he's going to get left alone in a corner, especially multiple times in a row, if he can hit those, I mean, that moment really, I mean, not that the game was ever truly in that much of in peril for us in any moment where we were really worried about losing. I mean, the Nuggets did get it down to 5 at one point, I think in the third quarter. But it was like, if we don't hit those 2 threes from Jaden, there's a chance that they maybe get the door back open, and Jaden closed that door. So, I don't know. Thanks for the stream, Cam. I am back. I'm back from Canada and doing some streams. I will say, I don't think I can do Friday, but after that, I think I should be good. Unfortunately, not a fan of his vision. Yeah, I'm talking about Rudy. Jaden, nice plus. This team is climaxing at the right time, says Snooty X. Nice plus. Yeah, this is a lot of nice pluses tonight. Because this is a really solid game from Jaden too. I mean, realistically, these top 3 especially, really, really good games. Really good games. Next up, I think we've only got 2 players left. We've got Ant and Julius. Let's do Ant first. Ant, 35 minutes, 29 points, almost a point a minute. That's how it should be. 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. He was 10 of 22, pretty good shooting. 5 of 12 from 3, pretty good. Only got to the line a couple times, but he did get to the line. He had a lot of decent drives tonight. After the threes weren't falling, because right away in the game, he took like 3 or 4 threes and he missed all of them. But then he drove a couple times, got a dunk, got a steal, got some fast breaks. He turned this into a nice game, I think. Just stream once a week. At this point, that's basically what it's been. And we have thought about this, Tycoon. We've thought about doing something where we change it up a little bit, but I do like the ability to talk after the games too. I feel like I'm better at talking about after the game rather than several days after the game. So I don't know. Nice platinum. Ant nice. Cusp of cash. Gosh, you guys get such interesting words tonight. I agree with you, Soaring. He did not push the issue enough. There were a lot of times tonight where he was pretty lackadaisical. Now, I think it just worked out in his favor, and I'm not going to penalize him, I think, on the tier list for it. I think I could put him in meh, just because I thought there were moments where his effort and just like kind of laziness on the court could have changed the game in a bad way for us. And he did have some turnovers tonight. How many turnovers did he have? He had 3. I thought he had more than that. It felt like more, but some of them were just really stupid. I mean, he's like dribbling off his own foot, just dumb stuff. But that's also going to happen with more usage. So, we have to be somewhat accepting of that. I think it's nice. I think I agree with most of you. Ant nice, a lot of nice tonight. I really like the amount of rest he is able to get late in these games recently because we're not playing from behind anymore. Yeah, and he didn't play much in the 4th. I mean, what did he play in the 4th? He came in for a little bit. There was a moment with 8 minutes left where I thought there was only like 3 minutes left, and I saw everybody coming back into the game, and I was like, what? Why is he coming back in? But yeah, Ant only played 3 minutes in the 4th. That's good. Nice. Nice and somewhat catch, because he did have some nice threes. He really did have some nice shooting. Fun shooting. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Steve. Yep. Ant is trusting, and he is doing that too. He had some really nice assists, the 2 to Jaden, and he's just finding people. He had a lob to Jaden early too. I mean, Ant is also, as 420 Sports says, Ant nice platinum. But I don't think it's as nice. I think it's like generally. I mean, nice is just going to be a lot of people tonight. Do this. Nice minus. It's somewhere in there. I don't know. He's nice something. He is unselfish, and I think we also have to somewhat come to a conclusion that he's not going to be the star. I mean, at times he can really turn it on and be that star that we all remember, like growing up. I mean, I feel like we're all generally in the same, like we're in our mid 20s to 40 something. I mean, that's a really wide range, but like, growing up and watching, like, I mean, we've all watched LeBron over the last 20, however many years, Kobe, Durant, all these like Tracy McGrady, I don't know, LeBron, I think I said that already, but like, we've seen those players just kind of take over games and they kind of win the game for their team. Ant is not always that player. He can be that player, and we've seen him be that player at times, but he really he picks and chooses those moments. And I think he's picking and choosing because he doesn't feel confident in himself all the time. So we're just going to have to, hopefully he has enough ability to kind of pass around to other people. So, and tonight he did. Respect the WAD seniors. We do have some seniors. We do. I think we had more seniors last season, though. Ant Snooty? Yes. This is a reason enough to keep him in nice tonight. Ant is maturing and not cursing out reps. Now, to be fair, we were ahead all night, so maybe he didn't feel the need to, but yes. 36. There we go. Everybody's sharing their ages. We already played the game of guess how old I am. I like to think of myself as mid-20s. What I wouldn't give to be in my mid-20s again. I feel like we could hear Micah much louder tonight than usual. Maybe. Were you watching? Oh, you had to watch the Denver stream? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I actually heard something, Sam, at one point that I wasn't sure what I was hearing. I didn't know if it was Finch or Micah, and it was somebody basically saying, like, yelling to, like, get back or stay engaged, or I can't remember. It was interesting. WAD Squad AARP division. Discounts coming soon. Um, Six with shoulder pain. Yeah. Ant, anyways, Ant is nice tonight. We'll take it. Ashwin, how'd the game go? Fantastic. Really fun game. Really fun game. Like playoffs last. I mean, maybe not playoffs because we were just hitting a lot of shots and it was just fun. I mean, this is so sick, but we're all sickos here. It's just kind of fun to watch a team get demoralized. Like watching the Nuggets get demoralized in this game and just, beating them and the Phoenix Suns this year has just been really fun. It's just been really fun. Sam Darnold. Yeah, Sam Darnold's gone. That's okay. He's in Seattle with us now, which is weird. All right. Julius Randle, player of the game tonight? Probably player of the game tonight, right? I mean, Ant played really well. We had a lot of people play well tonight, but I feel like this is kind of like a Julius Randle game. Julius Randle did not score the most amount of points, but he did have 25 points in 28 minutes. He only played 28 minutes. 25 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He was 9 of 12 shooting, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from 3. Did have 4 turnovers. Some of those were the Rudy and him back and forth that they did like 4 times in a row. But that was funny. 33 with long pain. My God. Like the live for free tickets. That's true. I forgot to say that. Ashton, when come back? True. Probably not. I don't remember. Ashwin, when are you coming back? Didn't you say like next year, mid-season or something after the All-Star break? Juju 3. Rudy was great as well. He was. Cash. End of the month. End of May or March. Fantastic. I don't like to say this, but he is cash tonight. I think he is cash. I mean, it's kind of the definition of cash. He shot really well. And I just think that the way he played tonight was like it gives you maybe some amount of insight as to why Finch would start him over Nas. Even though I still do want Nas to start at some point. I mean, just having Julius out there is so helpful. He's done these strange half-assed offloads to Ants a few times in the past couple games. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Julius with the dollar signs. Yes. Look at that tier list. That's pretty good. I like it. Like I said, we're not doing any of these guys. Just garbage time minutes. But I mean, Butterfly, you never doubt anybody. You and Sabrina are always on everybody's team all the time. I don't think there's anybody that you guys hate. Well, Sabrina didn't like, I think, like Dylan Brooks and people like that. And maybe you don't either. But you like Westbrook. You were rooting for him in the Discord tonight. I don't like that. We all owe Julius an apology. Fair to say we're better with him, especially with Jaden taking a leap. Yeah, him and Jaden playing really well together at the same time is just, I mean, it's just so game changing for everything. Because then instead of it being like, okay, we have to double Ant every single time and Ant's just got to make hero plays, it immediately opens up the game from being so one-dimensional to like 8-dimensional. It's just crazy. There we go. Yeah. He can always. Nobody likes him. I'm not the biggest Randle fan. He's been balling. I know. Randle is Liam Neeson. He has a unique set of steals. He does. It is interesting, and it works. If we can get that version of Julius Randle that like cooks the Timberwolves, we're going to the finals. Aren't the Wolves 11-0 in the last games that Julius has played? Yes, they are, which is just like crazy. um, how long will that continue? I don't know, but that's pretty insane. My goodness. Well, what a game. Before everybody goes, I do have an announcement here. Tycoon said in the chat, and I want to shout out. I want to shout out Marco for doing this in the Discord. I don't think Marco's here right now, but we have a March Madness tournament challenge in the Discord. I wonder, can I share this? Well, it's got the password in here. You got to go into the Discord. There is a March Madness whatever channel in Fun and Games. I'm going to tag everyone right now as we're talking about it. Feel free to join. I mean, I'm going to join. I don't know anything. Maybe for like the winner, we could do some kind of a giveaway or something. We could have either tickets or like merch. I need to come up with new merch. We have all the old merch from last year, but we can do that. But W Marco in the chat, because this is awesome. I think this is really cool. And he came up with the idea. We might also do some fantasy football or something like that next year. I think that would be fun to have some kind of community games to play so that we have some things to talk about that aren't just Wolves related. Because I like you guys. You guys are cool. So, where are we? Let's see. Aren't the Wolves? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't see that. Sorry. W Mark. Tickets would be cool depending on how far we can go in the postseason. I know. I'm trying to save some amount of our, because again, I don't take any money from anything that we do here. I put it all into one bank account and then we just use it for giveaways. And I'm trying to keep some of this so that we can have it for play. Because if we can have some playoff tickets, I think that would be fun to have. Also, I got season tickets, so I still have tickets to give away for the rest of the season. So we're good there. But yeah, I want to try to save a little bit. But also, Steve has sponsored a jersey giveaway at some point. So we have to do that. I've been trying to save that also for kind of a fun game. So Steve, I haven't forgot. I still have your sponsorship money. It's gonna happen. I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for the right moment. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm really big into fantasy football. So I would love to do that. That'd be fun. So cool. Well, as mentioned, I unfortunately, let me just double check here. I believe that I am booked for a photo shoot. I am, and it's just not going to work. It would be so late because my photo shoot is unfortunately timed right at the exact time that it is over. Because we play at 7. My photo shoot is it's 5 p.m. Washington time, and the game ends at 7:30 my time, 9:30 your time, Central time, and that's what my photo shoot is exactly at 7:30. So. Won't work. I'll be able to watch the game though, so I'll be in the Discord. But after that, Sunday, Monday, both of those games I'll be available. Next week I should be available for some. I'm trying to keep my photo shoot schedule a little open. I'm trying to make the moolah, but skip work priorities. Well, hopefully the Magic are not priorities. But yeah, I'm a model. I go model. Now, do you want to know what I model? We have 6 more home games left. I know, it's crazy. We don't have. Is it really only 6? That's crazy. I didn't realize that. And they're like all next week. No, we don't have 6 home games left. We have 6 more home games left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. We still got some left. But anyways, I appreciate you all. Thanks for coming back. Did we get to 50 likes? We did not get to 50 likes. Maybe next time. Model cam. Yeah. Yep. Big time. We might get who knows? Maybe we'll drop a surprise giveaway in the Discord. Who knows? Got to join the Discord. Thanks as always, Cam. Good to have you back, and Ashwin soon. Yeah, it'll be fun to have us both here again. Intro's the outro. 52 wins, still possible. Schedule coming up. Magic, Jazz, Pacers. We have 5 home games in a row here. That's going to be fun. Cool. It's great to see you all. Great to be back. 52 wins, still possible. Intro as the outro. We'll see you Sunday night.
I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win the world championship.
Edwards. They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.